doing this through my iPhone with Riverside, and how they do it is they don't stream it, I guess, at the highest quality. So like I'll look weird to you and you'll look weird, but we should in theory be fine when it's together.
First of all, that's super annoying because I think you look really good. And I'm like, are my lights too bright? I might actually turn it down a little.
We are live, FYI. So we're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. I didn't tag you in the Facebook thing because I honestly didn't know what to do. So we'll just start getting set up. We're fine. Everything's fine. You didn't, well, you don't have did you not have your mic ready to go?
Girl, have you not seen this thing?
Put the mic by your face.
Can't you hear me? I'm so loud.
You are loud. But like, it's like, there's a difference between like this. No, well, oh, okay. Because is it the way his desk is?
I got this. How about this? This mic is super aggressive.
It's very aggressive. All right, I'm going to go live really quickly on Instagram to let everybody know Dr. Ronda has a time constraint and needs to go earlier. Nothing like lying to people about what time we're going live. Going live earlier. Here we go. I'm just going to tell everybody really quickly on one live to get to the other live.
Oh, okay.
I know, right? Hey, everybody, really quickly, Dr. Ronda isn't going to go live with me at 8:30. She's going live with me now. So if you wanted to join us now. But we're not going to do it on Instagram because that's too easy. I'm going to make this harder on you. You're going to have to find us on YouTube.
Drive them to your YouTube.
This is what we're doing. We're going to drive them to YouTube. Go to my YouTube. We're also on Facebook, but I'd prefer you guys go to the YouTube because we need to start actually utilizing that. So if you want to hear what we're talking about, do we have a good tease? Can we do a good tease? What's a good tease? Oh my God, I have a good tease. Oh, what happened after I was bawling my eyes out in the parking lot of the doctor's office? And how does that relate to me actually meeting Dr. Ronda? So we're going live now. Lot. It wasn't your parking lot. No, but could have been. We're going live now. So follow the links to the YouTube. It's in the bio. It's in the story. You guys can figure it out. You're smart enough. Oh, God, you have to leave Instagram. No. Yeah, you do. Bye. Love you. Okay. We don't need to save that. Who cares? Oh my God, that's done. Hi, everybody who is paying attention live. Here's my only thing is I can't really see like comments and stuff. I have to figure that out, but we'll deal with it in the future. So we're going to assume it's live and people are watching. Okay. So hi.
Hi.
I wanted to have you on with this because I'm trying to challenge myself. A live a day in May, and I feel like it could be a tall order. You know, by next week I could be having a complete mental breakdown and calling you. But speaking of mental breakdowns, oh no, you will probably be back on many times. Don't make me do this alone.
I'm here for you.
I love you. So I think it was October. Was it October? Do you remember? September, October?
It must have been October because it was right before my November event.
Okay, so that makes sense. Around that time was when I realized, oh, I have to actually market myself, market my business. If this is what I want to do, if this is the thing that I want to grow, if I truly feel like this is the value I wanted to bring to people, I actually have to tell people about it. And in the parking lot of my doctor's office, I had a complete breakdown. I was like ugly cry, like bawling my eyes out because I don't like to market myself. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. I don't know a lot of people here. I'm not from here. I didn't grow up here. So I don't have a lot of people to reach out to. When I left radio, like a lot of those connections just sort of faded away, which is fine. It's fine. It's life, right? I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit. Hold on, stay, because I have a tendency to be loud. And then that afternoon, I went to pick up my son at a play date, and the friend's mom basically saw my face was swollen. I mean, you know, when you ugly cry like that, you can't just like, let's put on some makeup and pretend we look normal. Right. It's not going to happen. And so she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm not okay." And I explained to her the situation. I didn't know what to do. And the first thing she said was, you need to call Dr. Rhonda. You need to go to a social oak event. How many people say that to you? So I was like, well, who the hell's Dr. Rhonda? What the hell is social oak? And so she pulled it up on her phone. I joined immediately. And then I sent you an email because your next event was full. And I was like, listen, well, yeah, I mean, they sell out in seconds. You have to be on that list. You have to get those emails and then pay attention to the posts, right? So I reached out to you via email and basically just said, listen, I will offer my services for free. I, help people with their social media, help them tell their stories. Like, I just want to just be around other people, especially female entrepreneurs who I love. Like, that's where my heart and soul is. And what can I do? And then what did you do?
So total opposite side of this. Like, you didn't just email me. You personally sent me a friend request. And I'm on Facebook.
Yeah.
So you sent me a friend request. We only had one mutual friend, which was another female in the area that I knew. Not who referred you to call me. Then I opened up my email. I remember it super clearly. I was sitting in the Starbucks parking lot. I just finished a meeting with the Social Oak Gents guys. And I opened this up and I was like, I don't have a budget. Like the event's next week because I'm a skimmer. And I was like, I don't have a budget. I'm going to call her. And then I saw producer Rachel, and I'm not going to lie, I fangirled out.
Hell yeah.
I think I'm calling producer Rachel, like the real producer Rachel. And she wants to talk to me, but she's producer Rachel. So I called you and I was like, I don't have a budget. And you're like, no, it's for I want to just be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
And I think the first thing I said to you was like, well, if you're coming, I'm going to totally exploit you and tell everybody who you are. And you're going to get business out of this. And not because of, that's just who I am. You're not going to, nothing's for free. And everybody, I understand your intentions were pure and good. But I was like, no, we're going to make this work together.
And I appreciated that so much. Because there's people in our lives that are amplifiers, and you are a real amplifier. Literally, your tag is the community cultivator. Because I don't think I've ever met anybody else in my life that knows almost everybody, or at least knows somebody who knows somebody, right? Oh, I need this. Okay, call Dr. Rhonda. How many people actually literally say that? Oh, call Dr. Rhonda.
Actually, it's funny because even before I was this, I have a friend of mine who moved to the area, and she only calls me. She's like, I was going to put it on Facebook, but I figured you knew somebody. So, yeah. And that was years ago, 10 years ago.
Have you always just been this person that is outgoing, is extroverted, doesn't mind talking to strangers, right? I mean, you treat everybody as if they're special almost. Does that make sense? Even if you don't know them.
Everybody kind of special in their own way.
No, people are weird.
No, you find that out real quick though. Right?
Yes.
If you put your energy out there and you feel that, you back right off. So yeah, not everybody, but yeah, I think I've always, I like to see other people succeed. And I feel like especially if in a local community and in that kind of atmosphere, I feel like if we all help each other, there's no way we can't all succeed.
And I feel that now. I don't think I understood that before, especially with the social oak community that you've grown. I don't think I've ever met a larger group of people and women who truly are not competing against each other, because there's multiple of the same niches in that group, right? You've got multiple real estate agents, you've got multiple women who own spas and hair salons and all the things. And nobody looks at the other person ugh. Do you know what I mean? Oh, my competition's here.
For everybody.
But it's amazing that we're in a space where we all understand there's enough to go around. Does that make sense? Yeah. And like you said, we're exactly that. Not everyone's for everybody. So you have to understand you're not really competing.
And you have to remember, Social Oak wasn't just started. It wasn't started for networking. Truly, we have networking events now because it's grown into that. But Social Oak was really started for a community of women. I joke, the easy way to say it is it's book club without the homework.
Right.
It's just a reason to be around other women. And then organically, when you know, like, and trust somebody, like you and I hit it off the bat. I feel like we have the same concepts. We have the same ideas. I think it was kind of new to you. Like you said, you weren't used to other people wanting you to succeed and help you without getting something in return.
Right. Like, what are the strings? What are the strings
And
attached?
I was just talking about that with, Jennifer White, and we were just talking about that. It's really, really, really hard to collaborate with people nowadays because networking has put such a stigma, and it is that, like, strings attached. And what do you get out of this? Here's the deal. If we both mutually benefit, that's my thing. And sometimes I don't benefit as much as you, or you don't benefit as much as me. But at the end, like, there's a give and take.
Sometimes, I think other times you've straight up, and other ladies in the community have just been like, how can I help you? Like, I do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody ever has gone into a conversation with me. At least I haven't felt that energy of like, what are they going to get out of it? It's always sort of just, how can I be of value to you? Even if it's literally just like talking me off a ledge. Right? Like, yeah. I think last week I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. It's just like, we're done. It's over. We don't have to do this. I don't want to do it. I'm going to go live in the woods and start a commune, which I'm still probably going to do. But
I was going to say, you're still doing that.
We're still doing that. Yes. That's not off the list, but it was going to happen a little bit sooner. It was just one of those.
So I have people for you.
Oh, I can't wait. I know you do. And I can't wait. I'm very excited. We're going to start soon. 2025 people, we're breaking ground. And that's not even a joke. Yeah. But like, when you have these moments, and I think I've been so used to being an island unto myself for so long. I have trust issues. I used to always say, like, I don't have friends, because when they would call me for advice, I would give them advice and then they wouldn't follow the advice, and then I'd be annoyed. So I just have always kept people, like, I guess, at a distance. And it wasn't until meeting you where it's like, oh, I can be myself and be my authentic self, which I think is really important, because when you're your fake self, it comes off as fake.
Nobody likes fake.
Yeah, I'm weird. I'm awkward. I feel so much better behind a camera, and I will always feel that way, but I enjoy what I do. You always say at events, like, just come enjoy the event. I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
How many times do I tell you I'm going to take your phone away?
Right. No, I would die. But it's not work to me. Does that make sense? I'm just documenting what I'm doing. So whether I was there for you or not, I would be doing it anyway.
When you said that, it made sense, because that is who you are to your core. And that makes sense, 100%. But I also want to make sure that you're enjoying the event, because it's not just work.
I am. And if I can't edit something, like if I don't have time to, I mean, there's so much personal stuff I just haven't been able to get to. And that's sort of also what I want to ask you about is, for people that don't know, you are a chiropractor. You have an office, and you practice with your mother, but you've been, do you call it pivoting? Are we like congruently working together with the coaching? How do you say it? My accident.
I call it my accident. So, okay, I will say this. One of my favorite things that my coach always says is expect the unexpected. So I went in to get coached to build my practice. And I did that very successfully in under a year. I'd been in practice 17 years. I doubled my practice by building a community and being authentically me. I was good at it. And then what I found out is I was good at helping other people. And it was not on purpose that I became a business coach. It was never my intention. I see patients 3 days a week, and I had 2 other days, and my kids are getting older, and I had this time. And now I've found this new joy in helping other business owners grow.
Do you feel it's overwhelming sometimes? Because I think that people don't understand what a coach really is. Like, you're not doing the work for them. You're coming up with a plan, a system, and holding them accountable. I think a lot of times people think, oh, I'm going to hire a coach. And they're going to do the stuff for me. Like, no, that's not what a coach does. You're not going to run the bases for me.
No. Yeah. So no, I don't think it's overwhelming. I think it's actually super rewarding. And I love the conversations and the innovations coming up with for other people, what works for them. Because what works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So you have to do it. We have to do what I know your way. And that's fun for me.
Okay. Well, and that's the other thing is you don't know until you try. And I think that it's easier to make mistakes when you have a coach on your side. Does that make sense? Where it's almost like, hey, we don't know that this is going to succeed or not. Like the live streaming thing, I have tried, I think, like 5 different platforms, and I'm going to continue to try to figure out what's going to work. And I'm not the best at it yet, but like, you don't know what's going to work until you try to do the thing. And there's multiple different ways to do different things.
Well, and I think when you have a coach, you have somebody to talk it through with. So sometimes when you're so into it as yourself, you don't see the options. So I think a coach will also kind of like back you out of it and like see another opportunity or another way to look at it or another way to solve it.
I mean, you literally have somebody on your team. That's kind of what I feel like it feels like. Are you
as a coach, if you don't win, I feel like I didn't win.
Right. No, I totally get that. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Are you, do you feel like you want to do the coaching thing more, or are you never going to say goodbye to chiropractic? Like, what is the goal for you?
I don't know that I'll ever say goodbye to chiropractic, but I want options and choices. And I think as my kids get older, when you're a chiropractor, you are your product. So going on vacation is going on vacation and making nothing. So you have to like do the grind extra. Right?
So yeah. I mean, and that's the same thing with one-on-one, right? There's only so much one-on-one you can do because there's only so many hours in a day. And then we all have to start thinking about passive income. Like, how else?
But I can do it from anywhere. So when my hands are the product and I have to touch you as a chiropractor, for coaching, I can go anywhere. My options are bigger and more. I won't ever get rid of my practice.
I don't think you can.
I always have an option to go
you
back.
have like your patients are like diehard though. I know you can, but like don't.
It's not anytime soon. I have a son that's a freshman in high school, so I'm not going anywhere soon.
Well, and you have a daughter who's going off to college. Oh my God.
Chicago.
I love Chicago though. It's such a good city.
We're going tomorrow.
Oh, you are? Oh, yay. Oh my gosh. Is she excited?
Yeah. She is. It wasn't her dream, but I think now that it's a reality, it's becoming more exciting to her.
How do you feel? She's not that far away, but she's still far away enough.
So far away. You know what? I raised her to do what she needs to do. And I hope I did it okay.
I love you for that. I've already told my daughter, I'm like, wherever you're going, I'm going. And she's like, what about
she's
my
coming
son?
Back to me.
I'm moving with my daughter. I'm like, you're not going anywhere.
So you have to be careful about that. I remember growing up, my mom always told me the girls stay with their moms. It's the boys who go away.
He can go. He's stinky. No, I love him so much.
You realize I'm in my son's room. I
look
way cooler than I am because he plays the guitar, not me.
I think my son has that same chair too. That's so funny. I don't know. Chair. There's something about a daughter. Like, I'm obsessed with my son. I tell him he's never getting married. Like, I'm the only woman in his life. And he's like, literally just rolls his eyes and is like, please just stop talking. But I don't know what I would do. I literally told her, I was like, your dad can stay here. I'll just go live next door to wherever you live. So, yeah, I'm a little obsessed with my child. Mom. Oh my God, yes. I would love it. Oh my gosh. I would be obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Is your mom happy? Who's your mom's favorite daughter?
For sure, my sister. Depends on the day. Just like my kids, it depends on the day.
Oh my gosh. I love that so much. So when you are trying to coach somebody, whether it's a business, whether it's an entrepreneur, what do you do when you tell them something they don't want to hear? How do you handle that situation when you can feel that energy, where you can feel that they're not even listening to you?
Depends on the client. So there's different ways people hear different things. And I think as you start to work with them, it becomes more apparent in how you have to sugarcoat it or put baby gloves on, or like if it's you, I just spill my guts. Like, and I know I'm not your coach, but we do a lot of like side
Exactly.
stuff. So I think it depends on the client. Like I can look at you and be like, Rachel, up and put your big girl pants on. Like, no, go live a day. I'll be your first person. But if it was somebody else, my words have to be a little more careful, a little more loving, and I can, work that way. However, you know me, I pick my ideal client and I have to work with people who I can resonate with and they resonate with me, or it's not worth with anything, right? You don't want to work with clients that you can't tell them, nope, do it again.
Okay, true. Yeah. No, that's true. Because it would be rough because we have to trust the process. We have to trust that the other person is like giving us advice that we know can help them. And again, you don't know until you try. How do you know I'm wrong? How do you know it's not going to work?
Right. And I think that's why, like with even coaching business owners, I have to really, we have to have a few conversations before we commit to each other. They're not just committing to me. I have to commit to them.
So for people that are scaling their businesses or want to grow a business, and let's just use me as an example, I don't necessarily want to grow, but I don't really have a choice, right? Like, so now the content has exceeded one human being being able to do it. And so I had to invest. I mean, I had to get a lawyer. I got a lawyer. I have contracts now. It's all very real. How do you walk people through that fear of growing? Because now I totally understand growing pains. Like I didn't understand it before. And now I'm like, oh God, like when I tell my clients, oh, you have to invest in yourself at some point, that's what I'm doing right now. And I always tell everybody it's going to hurt before it gets better. And I'm feeling my own advice right now. It's crazy.
There's no reward without risk and change. Like you can keep doing the same thing over and over again, but you won't ever get anywhere farther. So I think even in my practice, that was the thing with my mom and I, like when I stepped out and got a coach and she kind of questioned me and I said, but I don't want the same thing. I want something different and we can't keep doing the same thing over and over. So I think because I lived it and experienced it, and it took me 17 years in practice. So I think because I lived that and I can tell patients or tell clients that like, I did this, I get it. It's scary. It's scary investing in yourself. It's scary not knowing if there's going to be a return. It's scary knowing if you like me. But if you don't do something different, you're going to be in the same place tomorrow. And if that's where you want to be there. Love it. But don't get mad because you're not doing something more.
You're the type of person that seems like fairly fearless. Like, does anything scare you, or are you always just like full steam ahead? Because I have, for the most part, I've lived in my life in fight or flight. So I'm reframing that in my brain, and it's taking a lot longer than I anticipated it to. But I'm still doing the work. I'm not giving up.
So you met me after my divorce. I had to change. So I think for me, it was a life circumstance and I had to make changes and I had to do something different. There was no option. So I think it's interesting. And I think people would even maybe say that before my divorce. But now I think looking back, I put my time and energy into other things and not so much my business because I didn't have to. And I grew a rescue. I grew a boxer rescue to the fourth biggest in the nation. And I took it from very small to very big. So I know I can do it. And that made me zero money. It took a lot of time, but I was good at growth and actually scaling that. So why couldn't I do it with my practice? Why can't I do it with my coaching business? So I guess I'm fearless, but the things I did before were very little risk. Or no, it's innate. It's innately in me. I think I like growing.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm scared to death. I'm literally like, you're scared. Kicking and screaming. You're like pulling me, kicking and screaming. Like, no, don't tell people I exist.
Too late.
I know. Oh my God, I have bugs in here. That's fun. Oh my God, that's what happens when it's like spring and your kids leave the doors open. That's fun. I love that so much. We love that so much. I love them so much. I'm going to ask you one last question. I'll let you go because I know you've got stuff going on.
I have dinner downstairs. Yeah.
I know. Sorry. What do we make for dinner?
Steaks, broccoli, and mushrooms.
Oh my God, we love that so much. Do you think that in this situation of social media and this world of sharing all the things, that people really should continue to still also look within their communities to make connections, that it's not just this connection here digitally?
So your community doesn't have to be local. So I think in social oak and in my chiropractic world, my community is super local, but your community can be a bigger reach because of social media and what you're talking about. So your community can be in your niche or in your what you're doing. So I think we think of community as like little pods of what they are, like towns as such, but community can have such a farther reach. And I think that social media has made that an option, that your niche and your people, you can have a farther reach because of social media.
But I think a lot, no, because I think so many people are relying too much on social media. And they're not, like, I think we have to almost go back like we did back in the day of like shaking hands and really meeting people and saying, hi, this is what I do. And it's not necessarily in a networking event, just going out and about in the world and just connecting with people again. I love the social media aspect because yes, we have a further reach, but I think a lot of people sort of sit back on their laurels a little bit and it's like, oh, I posted today, that's enough outreach. And it's like, but it's not. I feel like we have to do all the touch points, and like that physical connection, I think still has to be made.
Well, I think COVID helped me with Social Oak. People realize they need people. So I think like I started in June of 21 with my group, and that was where like people know they need people. Like that's why we started communities and little pods of people thousands of years ago, right? So 100%, I think if your job and your career and your business and whatever you're doing enables you to be out in your local community, 100%, I think. And even if it's not necessarily a client that you're meeting, it's a connection that you're meeting. It's somebody you can help. It's somebody that can help you, vice versa. So I mean, I will always be a fan of meeting people, and you know me, I travel and meet other people outside of it because being in the right rooms are important to meet the right people.
I love that. And I think that I think I was one of those people that just didn't get it until I met you and I started going to these events, and it's completely just changed sort of the trajectory of what I was going to do. And just having that support, I think, has been amazing. So I love you so much.
You're amazing. Too. And I love that your introvert self comes to my meetings or our get-togethers.
I know. I literally want to like crawl up in a ball and die every time. No, I love it. I actually like it. Everyone's really nice. And that's the thing. Like when you look around the room and you talk to other women, you realize like I'm not the only one with anxiety. I wasn't the only one that was like, oh God, did I really sign up for this? But like, yes. And it's so much fun. And when you go and you get over that like little hump, it's amazing. And you and everybody else are so just friendly and incredible about like including everybody. It's just such an inclusive and really good space. So if people are like trepidatious about like, oh, I'm going to go out with a group of women, yes, you will have a great time every time. Can you give your socials and your plugs for people? I know literally, I think every event is sold out to like July at this point.
Yeah, yes, they are. Well, July's open.
What's July? Wait, what did you post? Oh, why do I not? I'm not getting your emails. It's
not really posted. No, I didn't tell anybody yet. It's just on the website. July is at Michelle's place. It's a mixology class and just a tour of her new building. August is a beach workout with Kate. But
like on the beach?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing that one.
You are doing
I am not working out on the beach. You're out of your mind.
I'll see you there.
Oh my God.
So Social Oak, social.oak is our Instagram. The community, community _ cultivator is my Instagram, or you can just find me at Dr. Ronda Vaughn.
I'm not even kidding. I'm going online right now because I want to get into the event before it sells out. I'm not joking.
So yeah.
I'm like, no. Oh my God, it really is there. Damn it. Okay. Shh.
We're not supposed to say it out loud.
We are not live. This is not happening right now. Let me buy my tickets first, and everybody else can get theirs after.
Do the beach workout. It's for everybody. It's amazing.
No.
It's so good.
I'll come and watch. No.
Perfect. Okay.
I hate sand. Like, I hate sand.
Great. Bring a towel and do it on the grass.
No. Okay. I love you.
Love you.
You're amazing. Thank you for doing this. You're going to press leave so that you can like slip away. Because don't just like walk away. It'll just keep live streaming.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.